seems to be a protest occurring in front of Fat Stuff on Main Street in Keene, New Hampshire. Today is June 15th, 2013, Saturday, 2:20 p.m. What's going on?
Hello.
Hey.
What's your take on this?
On synthetic cannabis?
Yes.
Well, I believe it seems like a lot of people have had some very bad experiences with it, and it may be causing some health issues for people.
Yes.
And I think some of that may be exacerbated by the fact that stuff that seemed to be on the market earlier that's been taken off may have not been as dangerous as like the newer chemicals that are coming out like more frequently.
Right.
So yeah, I would generally advise people not to use it.
Okay. Great. Great.
How often do you usually come out?
We're here every Saturday afternoon from 12:30 to 2:30.
How long have you guys been out here today?
Okay. We did go to the city the other
Oh
night.
man, did you have a bad experience?
And they're going to do a resolution
gonna
to the
stop this
state
video.
to ban it in the state. Plus they're going to get an ordinance to stop the sale in Keene.
Starting a new video.
And also to set up an ad hoc committee with the mayor on what we can do to, as a community to get it out of here. When we're done here in Keene, we're heading for Swansea because they're selling it down there too. So,
Have you done anything to, you said that there's going to be a New Hampshire statute possibly written up. Have you done anything in the past? Because I know in the past, I believe 2 or 3 years, there's been synthetic cannabis related bills before the legislature.
when they were doing it, they were listing can't be sold with this ingredient, that ingredient, that ingredient, you know, a whole list of ingredients. But then they changed the chemicals so that they, you know, they keep changing the compound. So they're still getting away with it. But we want the statute to be all, any, you know what I mean? We want it to be very, we want it to be specific to any synthetic drug. I mean, they just can't keep naming all these chemicals because the chemicals change over time. So we just want it gone.
So,
Too many people have died. Too many people have had serious health issues. I mean, yeah, they make that choice themselves. And what I said in the meeting at City Hall the other night is I'd rather see somebody using marijuana than this stuff. And I'm not advocating to legalize marijuana. That's not my fight today. My fight is getting this stuff out of here.
Tell me about some
I mean, I don't care if they legalize marijuana or not. I don't use it, but I have used it. And yeah, I'd much rather see somebody high on weed than this stuff. This stuff is awful.
sounds like it is a chemical that causes a lot of unpredictability.
Right.
In comparison to a lot of other substances.
You know, aggression, seizures, heart attacks. Some people have reported getting holes in their lungs, that burn holes in their lungs. You know, death. I've got a flyer if you'd like the flyer.
Sure, I'd be interested to see it.
That was cool.
This is a very, very brief, you know, to the point flyer on what it does. This website is awesome. There's a good video on there that tells the story. And then on the other side we have Fat Stuff's flyer. Hundreds of incense, and it lists K2, Black Mamba, the whole bit. I don't care if they sell adult sex toys or DVDs. I don't care that they sell bongs or whatever in there. I don't care what they sell. I just don't want them to sell that. So this is yours.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah.
Have you been involved in any other protest actions or demonstrations in the Keene area?
I have never protested in my life,
Interesting.
but I am a fighter.
Mhm.
Jeff, Jeff's protests up on the square every day, the war protests, and he's been involved in a lot of different things and still is involved. We got together, talked about it, and we said, let's do this. Let's stand out here. I'd like to see more people come out here. It's more effective in larger groups. They've been good about it. The only thing they don't want us to do is stand in front of their little satellite thing because it cuts off their radio. So, but
Well, I'm glad there's been no interventions as far as you haven't had the police called on you or anything like that.
Police
Actually, the
come
police
by.
are very supportive of
The
us.
police is supportive. They come by, they talk to us. They know we're here every Saturday. We let them know. And so, they're on foot during the time that we're here because they're on foot in the summer anyway. But they're glad we're doing this. I'd like to see some police officers out here support.
I think they might get in trouble if they do any sort of
Probably.
political activity in uniform, but off duty.
People go by, they give us a thumbs up, stuff like that. We've had very few negative comments. And the biggest thing is that we hear from people, if they would legalize weed, we wouldn't have to smoke that stuff. And we agree. We certainly agree. So,
That's good to hear.
you gotta pick you gotta pick your battles, you gotta pick, what's worse, that or weed? I'd rather see somebody on weed. Weed mellows you out, makes you hungry, you eat a lot. This stuff, you don't know what you're gonna do once you get that stuff in your system.
True.
So.
Well, I appreciate you coming out here to express something that you believe in to other people, educating people. One of my concerns with trying to combat that substance in particular, though, is, well, I think maybe the effect has already been done. I think maybe it wasn't as dangerous when it first hit the market, and it seemed like it was a very underground thing for a while.
That's what we found out. We went to a meeting the other night that a couple of the agencies put on that deal with this, and when it did first come out, it wasn't as strong, and they've added strength to the substance. You can still get the stuff that is mild, but the new stuff that's come out is like extreme mind altering. And when it first came out, it was equated to LSD and PCP back in my day. It's a hallucinogenic, really. A lot of people suffer paranoia, and the residual effects, even after you don't smoke it, after you get clean from it, you still have side effects.
So it seems to have a withdrawal process that cannabis does not have.
Right. And different ones that I've talked to that have withdrawn from it said the withdrawal symptoms are horrible, worse than anything they've ever stopped using. And so it's not good.
Well, thanks for speaking with me.
I have children, I have grandchildren.
I'm Garrett here, and I bought it.
Garrett. You guys saved me from a ticket tonight.
Oh, awesome.
I don't know if it was your brand. We both walked by and I said, I bet they're going to save my car. I was standing here. And when I got down there, the card was on there, so I saved it.
Yep.
I gave Graham 4 quarters when I saw her the next day,
Oh, awesome.
Keep it up. Good work, guys. Keep it up.
Thank you! And we get a lot of that.
I support that stuff. I just don't support this that they're selling. Oh. But don't you want to sell it? Hi, Sarah.
I think we had the parking enforcer. She just turned in for the day.
They did?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know where else she would have gone. And it is about that time on Saturday.
How's that going?
It's going well.
Is that done? The
It's
court
still,
thing?
There's going to be there might be an evidentiary hearing. What happened was the city was looking for a preliminary injunction, which means grant us this emergency relief before you hear the evidence. And they thought that they were going to win that, and they didn't. Instead, the first hearing, instead of being a hearing on the preliminary injunction, turned into a hearing on the motion to dismiss that one of the 6 of us filed. and that hearing is still kind of in process because as that started, the judge granted additional time for more arguments to be made on that matter before he rule on it. So they've scheduled an evidentiary hearing for August, I believe, maybe August 20th.
Wow.
I think it's in late August, and we're at that time either the motion to dismiss will be heard right then and it'll be thrown out, or we'll have like a full day hearing where we each get to question the officers, and the city is supposed to present its case on how the case relates to us, and how each of us, because the judge said, like, we've put 6 names on here, you haven't made allegations against 6 people as far as like evidence goes. You've kind of only suggested towards maybe one, and like we can't really like do that level of proving, but that's what the city's trying for, and I don't think they're going to get it for that reason.
I've been watching it.
Where do you catch it?
I watch you guys.
Where do you?
Well, I just see what's in the paper.
Yeah, in the Keene Sentinel.
Yeah.
I'm delighted they're reporting on it.
Yeah.
Isn't it fun to see that on the front cover? Hey, someone's feeding parking meters.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's better than most of the
Follow you
newspapers.
guys.
What?
I follow you guys.
Oh, cool. Well, I don't live here.
I
but-
know Ian. I'm at the 100-night shelter.
Yeah.
And Ian's been a huge supporter.
Yeah.
And, so I follow you guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm so glad to hear that. Well,
I don't agree with everything you do, but you guys have a good concept.
well, that's terrific.
And not everybody agrees with everything I do either, so you know?
Yeah, the common ground is good.
It's fine, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's.
You're free to do what you guys want. I'm free to do whatever.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't dream of stopping anyone from doing what they want to do. But I am gonna keep walking on this beautiful day.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's so nice.
After
The sun
that many
loving
days
the
of
sun.
rain, we really needed this.
I know.
And what's your name?
My name is Derek.
Derek. I'm Deb Chambers.
Deb Chambers. It's a pleasure to meet you. Well, enjoy the sunshine. So nice. Whoa.
We might have more action going on.
Sounds
Nice meeting you, Deb.
Okay.
Are you gonna use that thing? Oh, look at that.
What's poppin' BF? This is Red Lobster.
Oh no way. All right, I'll get my camera here.